suffer from the American epidemic of simultaneous compassion and frustration. You see, I believe in the value of universal justice, peace, education, and health, but I can't tack those ideals onto the end of to-do lists and make them a reality as quickly and conveniently as I hope. I am privileged enough not to personally deal with a lot of major world issues, and isolated enough to not see them either. They're irrelevant to my daily life. I live a convenience-oriented lifestyle, and for a long time approach to the world peace my approach to the world peace ideal was similar. It's easy to give up hope, to conclude that our world is intrinsically flawed, and to make myself feel better by believing that there is nothing I can do. This past September, I had the privilege to work as a youth delegate at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit, which introduced me to the global goals. They introduced the global goals to the world as well, and began putting them into action. This summit proved all my preconceived notions about world peace wrong. The Global Goals is a list of 17 sustainable development objectives for our world to complete in the next 15 years. These goals specifically and concretely identify our world's most urgent issues and provide a guideline as to how we can achieve them. These goals are for everybody. They are broad enough that everyone can find at least one to weave into their passion or profession, but they are specific enough that they don't feel as overwhelming and unachievable. At the UN Sustainable Development Summit, I learned what it means to be a global citizen and work toward building a better world for future generations. I learned how to work toward providing everyone with an equal opportunity to make personal choices, living without fear of abuse or natural disasters. So you may be wondering how I got to the summit in the first place, and what the heck I, a 16-year-old girl, was doing there. To explain briefly, I am a woman of color attending and living within the former capital of the Confederacy. I've had my fair share of oppression, but witnessing injustice firsthand created my passion for social justice, because I know that if things feel bad for me, they're probably much worse for people who aren't as socially or economically privileged as I am. St. Catherine's provided me with opportunities and forums at which I could not only discuss my personal experience and identity, but also learn how to raise voices quieter than my own and create a more just world around me. Unforgettable experiences, such as the New York trip in 6th grade, PAS Club, diversity conferences, and feminism club, shaped my understanding of the world around me and taught me to actively work in pursuit of world change. St. Catherine's taught me that I don't have to wait until I have a law degree and a 5-page resume to make a change. In March, I was incredibly lucky to be accepted into UNICEF's Voices of Youth internship, and I credit my acceptance entirely to my family, friends, teachers, and mentors. During the internship, 13 college students and I spent 6 months writing blog posts each week about our perspectives on the world around us. As the only American in the group, I learned so much from other bloggers and gained a better understanding of what it means to be a global citizen. After my internship ended, my Voices of Youth manager sent me an email saying that I and one other blogger were invited to work as youth delegates at the United Nations Sustainable Development Summit. I could not believe it. I spent 3 days in New York attending and working at the summit, and I can say with confidence that they were the best 3 days of my life. Every moment was filled with excitement and learning, but I managed to condense my experience into the 3 most major experiences I had while there. One of the first things I did when I arrived at the UN was give a short speech to unveil Google's Assembly of Youth initiative. This program is for young people across the globe to communicate with world leaders and relate what they believe the most important issues in our generation. I had the opportunity to give a speech alongside Ban Ki-moon and David Beckham. And though I tried to be as calm and collected as possible while on the stage, I completely lost it afterwards. I was like, if I have nothing else to brag about for the rest of my life, at least I can say I shook hands with Ban Ki-moon and stood in an elevator next to David Beckham. The second crazy experience I had at the summit was transcribing the Pope's speech on climate change. I listened to an English translator as the Pope spoke and frantically wrote quotes onto a Google document for UNICEF to then pull and live tweet during the speech. The last of my 3 favorite experiences was attending Malala Yousafzai's press conference. Everyone knew how obsessed I am with Malala Yousafzai. I may have spent more time talking about the fact that we were in the same building than giving a speech with David Beckham. So one of the digital marketing managers at UNICEF snuck me into her press conference so I could have an opportunity to actually see her. Needless to say, I fangirled. Malala has been my role model since 6th grade. We are both young Pakistani women who are passionate about changing the world. I've always identified with her in those ways, and she has inspired me and helped me realize that if she can make real-world change, why can't I? I'd like to end by saying that world leaders in the 40s and above are great, but they don't understand the modern world in the same way young people do. Young people like us, we're valuable. We're creative, intelligent, passionate, and connected. We are capable of leaving behind an amazing planet for the generations after us, and it's up to us to use our collective strength to make it our responsibility and make the global goals a reality. So thanks for listening to me speak today. Let's change the world.